Okay, well, whatever. We'll just go with this. Hey, you guys. I am doing another character tag just because I just came out with the video with, this is Friday, by the way. It's the day I uploaded the video about the Pheonix sisters. I can't sleep, so I'm basically just gonna do videos for the entire day. I haven't slept, so what's new, basically. So yeah, let's get started. I just decided to do the character tag for the Pheonix sisters just because I don't... The whole thing is a hot mess, in my opinion. I started doing a profile for Samaya back there, but I hadn't done one for any of the other characters, but I thought this would be a cool little thing to do for them, and I'm going to do them all at the same time. I'm not going to do that with Alex's story characters, just because I think they're a little more complicated than the sisters. But, yeah, anyway. So, I'll get started, and, actually, just a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry, you guys. I forgot that Amber actually added a couple questions to this. Although, I mean, I didn't put a huge amount of thought into these characters, just to let you guys know. Like I said, I just thought this might be just a cool thing to get a little insight on the characters. So, we'll start with the oldest, I guess. Actually, we'll go question to question, and start with the oldest, end with the twins, obviously. And just so you know, that's Samaya back there. I call her Maya for short. This is Fiona, Fee for short, just because I'm a big person for nicknames because it's easier for me. So if you want to call them Fee or Fiona or Samaya or Maya, whatever you're choosing, whatever is your choosing. The green one is Willow and the blue one is Ava. Pretty simple names. So yeah. We'll start with, and sorry, I'm going to be holding her. I'm just trying to read the question. What is my doll's sexuality? This is, actually, I'll grab Maya real quick. So if you guys watched her speed paint or watched any of the videos that she is in, you might have noticed she actually has a ring on her ring finger. That's because she was engaged for a short time and her fiance was killed in one of the raids, unfortunately. Really, really sad. I didn't realize how sad that was until just now. So, like, it was like 2 years before she died. So, I don't know if it was a guy. So, she's straight. Fee is one that I really don't know. There's moments where I feel like maybe she's straight, maybe she's lesbian, or I don't know. I'm gonna just say she's lesbian just because I can't think of anything else, and that's just kind of the vibe I get. Like, when I first made the when I first made the deer custom, I had set her beside Fee because Fee wasn't in the diorama. She was on the top part of the shelf, and that's where I put the reindeer. Her name is Rain, so that's why I keep saying Rain. And I thought, but then I put more thought into Rain's side. Like, really, I didn't put a whole lot of thought into that character. It's like a very, very short story. But there's another character that pertains to that girl's story. Sophie is left alone, which there's more to that. You guys gotta see the story. But, yeah, basically I would pin her as a lesbian, I guess. Either that or bi-curious. Confusion. The girls are only 15 at the present, so it's not like they are totally... I don't know. I haven't gotten that far into their story because basically their story begins right after the end of Feast's story. Which there's more to like there's more to everything, and it's hard to decide things on them when their story hasn't technically begun. And when I mean that, it's like their actual character development kind of stuff. Even though they do develop within the story, like the Pheonix sisters' story is mainly about Fee with the other sisters. Their story will be like about them later on, and they kind of also become part of the Wolf Coven. So there's that. So I don't know. Right now, I guess they're just both straight because I haven't, like I said, I haven't put any thought into that, and the only thing I would say is Willow would be bi, if anything. So yeah. Lovers. I already told you, like, it's weird that these are the two questions because you can't really answer the first one without answering the second one. So I pretty much just answered the second question, which is lovers, if they have lovers or not. So yeah. Samaya's is dead. Hers is non-existent, and they don't have one yet. Which I think I have thought about making, giving Ava a husband. Like, there's reasons as to why Willow wouldn't actually be in a relationship. So, yeah. Enemies. Which, if you guys haven't watched the Pheonix Chronicles stuff at all, basically, that would be the factory. The factory basically kidnaps them, and it's like the whole to-do with the world, and they're very bad people. Very bad. And then, other than that, it's just basically the king that rules over the Pheonix land, pretty much. Yeah. Those would basically be their enemies. Where would they live? Past, present, and TV universes. So, in the past, really, I don't know. To be honest, the way they are, I would consider them to be very... I really don't know. These are hard questions. I don't know why I decided to do this for them. Really bad questions. Anyway, not really. They're really good questions for character-wise. It's just bad questions for me because I'm a moron and doesn't pre-thought out things. What was the question again? Let me read it again. Okay, past. I'm gonna actually say probably Victorian era, but that's just because I love the Victorian era and the way it looks and the styles that everyone wears. That's actually the style I first thought of when I thought up Samaya and her outfit. I kind of thought something kind of Victorian. I also kind of get a Grease kind of vibe. Not like the movie Grease. I mean like Greek. Like the country Greece. Or is it a country? I feel like a moron right now. So yeah, I kind of get like a Grease kind of vibe. As if they would be in that time era if they lived in this universe. Anyway. In the present, I think it would be like kind of like the same thing that would be in their world. They would claim an island as their own. Actually, I'll just go ahead and say they would probably live in Hawaii, since Hawaii is just a bunch of islands. So they would just kind of hunker down on one of the islands and live there. TV universe. I'm gonna use the same answer I used for Alex, and that would be Once Upon a Time. I like the ease of being able to have anything happen in my story. And worlds like Once Upon a Time actually do that, where literally anything could happen. Which, basically Alex's story is pretty much the same way. I mean, there's a bunch of limitations, which I've never talked about, but yeah. So, that question I kind of answered for all of them, because they're basically all, they would be the same, basically. Yeah. 5. Would they have their own BJDs? I would imagine Fee might. When she was younger, she probably would have liked ball jointed dolls. Willow is it's pretty much a tomboy, so I don't think she would have cared for dolls. Or, she doesn't care for dolls. Let me put it that way. So, yeah. And I think Ava would actually like dolls. So yeah. And then I've already kind of mentioned it. I'm like hiding her throughout the entire video. She's hiding behind my head. Anyway. Maya wouldn't play with dolls. Like, she's if you guys seen the video about her, she doesn't care for dolls. She's more of a bookie person. And she's kind of a snob as well. Or she can be a snob. Not that she is. Y'all know what I mean. 6. How do you think they did in school? Maya, probably exceptional. Tried her best to get, like, straight A's on everything she did. It's just kind of the person Maya is. Fee, I mean, she tried, I want to say she would do a little bit better than average, but that's just because she kind of has a rocky start. Like, what I'm thinking is, like, magic-wise, kind of. So, like, she kind of had a rocky start to magic. She didn't learn it, like, absolutely right away, like, Maya did. So, I think it would kind of be that way in learning everything else. So, I just don't think she would do as well. Not because she's smart. She's not smart. But because she just doesn't get things as quickly as Maya does. And the twins are, Ava is actually way smarter than Maya. Like I said, Maya's not dumb either. And I think that's partially to do with her being psychic. It's just an attribute I gave her whenever I thought up the psychic thing with her. I just automatically envisioned her to also be really smart. And, Willow has the opportunity to be really smart. I mean, she's not dumb by any means. She just doesn't like learning. She prefers to just run around in the trees, play with animals, and, you know, do whatever types of magic she does. She doesn't actually care to actually learn anything. She's actually a fairly lazy kind of character. 7. What kind of pet would they have if they had one? Maya would probably have some type of bird. Blue jay, maybe? I don't know. I feel like she would be a bird person. Fee, I feel like it would be like a wild animal, like something strange. I almost want to say bear, or some type of like lion or panther or something along the lines of that, some wild cat. And the twins, actually, I had made up a pet for them. They're actually golems. They both have a golem. I had plans on making them. I just never got the chance to. But they both have pet golems, and they both look like they're natural magic. So basically Ava has water magic, and Willow has earth magic. So basically one kind of looks like he's either a plant or a rock, and the other looks like he's made out of water or ice, which I think I made Ava's. I'm pretty sure he's... They're on the wall right there. I don't know why I'm acting like I don't know. Yeah, Ava's is basically water. He's like a water bubble. He's like a bubble, but he's in vlogs. I mean, both of their characters I had in a vlog, so if you guys want to kind of search for it, you guys can find it. So there's that one. Birthdays, it's just not something I've ever thought about. I do have ages for them. So basically, when I say at present with Alex, I mean the point at which they go into the factory. So that's what I mean by present time, because that's basically the story point at which I'm telling. So at present time, Fee would basically be like 20, the twins would be 10, and obviously she would be dead. No, she was like 23, 24, somewhere around there whenever she died. So there's an age point for you if you want to kind of think about that. And then they got out of the factory 5 years later. So everyone is like up to 5 years. And then, would they date a doll from someone else's crew? I don't think so. I'm just gonna put it straight like that. Other than, it's hard because there's not a lot of characters that are strictly like actual fantasy characters, other than what I could say, Sighthound Lady. She has a lot of fantasy characters like Fae and some characters, a lot of characters like that. So I think they would probably, she has like somewhere around $50, and I feel like I'm exaggerating, but at the same time I think I'm being correct. Sighthound Lady has a lot of dolls. So I mean, I try to keep track, but it's kind of hard. But I feel like they would date a couple of the characters in there, in her little group of characters. And I don't know anyone who actually has Monster High characters that are... Although I do feel that if things were different, Willow would date, Libra. The custom I did for 7. But I don't totally know her story or her personality for that point, so I don't know. But yeah. And then lastly, how tall are my characters? All of them are pretty much like the average height for their age, I guess. Although I would say that Maya would be taller than normal, I guess. She would probably be closer to 6 feet. Not like at 6 feet. She would be like she would be like 5'8" or something like that. Fee would be like 5'4". And then the twins would both be like below 5 feet, obviously, because they're like 10. So, although there's like big, like I've seen some really tall 10-year-olds, so it's kind of strange. And then that was the end of the actual questions. I think these are the 2 questions that Amber added. Are their parents still alive, and who was their first kiss? Like I said, Fee, not really a thing that has ever happened. Probably happened for Ava, not so much Willow, I don't think. But Willow is kind of wild, so it might have happened, and I just don't know. Obviously, Maya has, she was practically married when he died. So it's possible that he was her first kiss and probably a lot more. Sorry, that got a little adult right there. But that's basically... Oh, that was just the first kiss. I just glossed over the other question. Their parents are both dead. It's sad, but true. And maybe one day I'll do like a full thing on their mother, because their mother actually learned learned magic from one of the same people that Violet learned magic from, and they were actually together learning. They were learning together for roughly 10 years before they kind of learned what they needed and kind of split off. Like, obviously they kept in touch for a while, but like I said, at the present, basically Alex's mom is pretty much either dead or she's slowly creeping up there. She would be roughly 700 by now. So that's why I would say she's most likely dead. I haven't gotten that far in at least Violet's like full-on story. For the most part, I only have her with Alex as she goes. So yeah. So I might try and do some stories. I might do a story and try and come up with some stuff about, like I talked about her before. I just don't think I ever really went in depth. I gotta rewatch some of my older videos. But yeah, that's gonna be the character tag. I'm sorry if this was really long. It's just I'm like I said, I'm doing 4 characters, so it's gonna be a long video. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. And again, I'm going to tell you each one of their names, and I'll actually go ahead and write it down here at the bottom. So if you guys want to know how it's spelled or what have you, because they're spelled differently. Like I've said in other videos, I spell things the way I think they're supposed to be spelled. If they're spelled wrong, that's not wrong. That's correct because I say it is. So there. So this is Samaya. I call her Maya for short. This is Fee, right here, I'm holding. And initially I had started calling her Fee because Pheonix, by the way, they're all Pheonix, some types. Fee is the one that looks the most like a Pheonix. Maya is the one that looks most like a human. And of course, the twins look like wolves. And if you haven't watched some of the other stories, their father is a wolf person, like Alex. So, yeah. I feel like, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So this is Fee, and the reason I went upon that is because it's not spelled with just an F. It's spelled with a PH. So yeah. Again, I'll put the spelling right here. The green one is Willow. The blue one is Ava. And Ava is pretty easy to spell. It's 3 letters. Unless, for unknown reasons to me, that it's spelled with more than just 3 letters. And then Willow is spelled just like a willow. I know how to spell Willow. So, there. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.